Hey guys, welcome to my video where I'll be showing you how to play PlayStation 2 games through an emulator. It's pretty easy, but you need a few things first before you can get started. The first thing, most important, is the emulator itself. It's called PCSX2 and you can find a link at the bottom of my video to download it. So it should look like this. You can just download the latest version um, and get it installed in your PC. The next thing you need is the actual BIOS files themselves to get the emulator running. The emulator doesn't come with BIOS files. You'll need to find them. And the best place to find them is through torrenting. And you can usually find a torrent with every BIOS file you need in one torrent. So once you've done that, the last thing you need is the actual games themselves, which you can either use PlayStation 2 discs or you can find ISO format files off the interwebs. Okay, and once you've got all them things, install your PCSX2, and the next thing you need to do is go to My Documents, and there should be a PCSX2 folder in My Documents. Open that, find the BIOS folder, and drop all your BIOSes in there. And then we're ready now. So we'll run PCSX2 and have a look. Ignore that window for now, the program log. This is the main window here. I'd set it up first before you start playing. So if you go on config on controllers and plugin settings, you can map all your buttons to the various keys there. Okay. Also, I'd probably make sure if you can plug in BIOS selector and click BIOSes, make sure they're all showing up there in the BIOS bit there. Got the European, Japanese, and USA BIOSes and the different PlayStation 2 versions. You can change them around if you find some games don't work with different. It shouldn't do, but if they do, and if they aren't showing, make sure it's pointed to the right folder. But that's the default folder anyway. So the PCSX2 folder in My Documents. So you should have to change that. Okay. Now there's two different ways of running your games. You can either run them off a disk or run them off an image. Now to run them off a disk, you click C DVD plugin, and then plugin menu, plugin settings. You can choose which source drive the disk is reading off. That's if you're running off an image, a disk image or another image. Now if you're running off an ISO image, I click ISO, and then go on ISO selector, browse, and then choose the image. For now we've got Odin Sphere selected. Now to get the actual game to run in the emulator, you need to click System. Now if you can click Boot Full or Boot Fast. The only difference between them is if you boot fast, it'll skip the loading screen, the PlayStation 2 loading screen. That's the only difference. Now, emulating PlayStation 2 games is an exact science. Some PlayStation 2 games emulate better than others. Some are really bad, like Dirge Cerberus. I always have problems emulating that. It doesn't emulate very well at all. Where a lot of games emulate fine, but you will find that you usually need to change settings in the config emulation settings to get them work properly. Now the easiest way to find the settings if you're having big problems with some games is to go onto Google and Google search the game and PCSX2 and see what settings, because there are a lot of settings and a lot of them you won't understand what they are, and some you need to fiddle around with to get it working properly. As I said before, each game's different. Okay, so we'll get game started right now. So we've got Odin Sphere selected, so we'll get that running. We'll go on fast because I don't want the loading screen. I'm running in the window at the moment. You can load it full screen if you want. So at the moment it's running its native resolution, but it's been stretched into widescreen. Okay, so we've got the game running now. As you can see, it's working pretty well. No major issues with this one. I said before, some don't run well. For instance, this game mode in Sphere, I had to change a few settings to get it working. I'll show you what I did as an example. So if you go into, so it's running native resolution at the moment. The beauty of emulators, you can change the resolution, make the game look a lot better. So if you go into options, go in config, video, plugin settings. I said before I had issued this game, it wasn't running well in Direct 9, so I had to put in Direct 11. For some reason that fixed it, and also had to put 8-bit textures to get it working. It's just an example of some things you have to change. As I said before, it's running native, but we'll upscale it. You can either put it in custom, which is my native desktop, or you can turn the native up for even better resolution. Sometimes it does make the game run a bit slower, but we'll knock it up to scaling to custom. As you go, it looks a lot better now. You can get up to 1080p, it looks even better, especially if you're playing on like a big television screen, which is what I do. And there we go, and that's basically it. Obviously there are a lot more things you can do setting wise, but you can learn that yourself, to be honest. And that's it really. Thank you for watching my video. Farewell.